Hi, and welcome to the Messagewtacher online demo. What I'd like to do today is show you the Messagewtacher email and surveillance software. We also archive and monitor Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and instant messaging. Now, those communications all go into the email archive, so there's a single repository for your organization's electronic communications. And this is helpful for several reasons, including legal issues, like e-discovery or audits, so that you can look in one place. Now, the way Messagewtacher functions is that it's really two components. There's the archive, which you'll use to extract data from the messages we capture, like outbound, inbound, or internal email. And the second component is the surveillance piece, which you use to look for certain words or phrases that you don't want your employees using. So for the archive piece, initially, what you use is the search tab. And then the advanced search tab is what you use for more complicated searches. And in both areas, you can look by keyword, by date range, by centers or recipients. And you can use wildcards to broaden your searches. And here's the advanced search screen, which allows you to break it down into groups, folders, other areas such as that. Beyond search, you will also use reports to interact with your archive, so you can see things like the storage usage by employees and the flag statistics, which show the number of emails per person and the number that have violated the policies. Which brings us to the Policy tab, which is basically the bulk of the surveillance information. So if you want to monitor for customer service-related keywords, you can choose to look at internal inbound or outbound, and you can uncheck any of those, and you can also opt to be notified via email if your employees use a certain word or phrase that you don't want them to use. Now, these words and phrases are listed under the rules under each policy. The customer service one looks for words like anger and irritated. Other included policies include discrimination, harassment, racial slurs, which are basically all bad words, GLBA, OSHA, and FACT, red flag policy for banks, which look for things like an account name, an account number change, an address change, a maiden name. Now, these are all things which help protect people from identity theft. Now, these policies can be applied to groups or to users, plus we work with Active Directory and we have other LDAP connectors, so you don't have to populate the user and group tabs if you don't want to, but you're welcome to do that manually. And here you see we have our company and a branch office. So for the branch office, we can choose to look for words related to violence or predatory lending, anything like that, so policies get applied to everybody in that group. The groups can be anything from your accounting department to your Boca Raton office, for instance. When I click on the Users tab, I can see a list of users. And again, I can apply policies to these individual users if I don't care about any communications from anybody except Nick. I can look for the drugs and alcohol policy for him, or the weaponry, saying he had deviated from the policies. And here we see that if Nick gets promoted, you can change him to reviewer or a group administrator for this group. Here you can assign employees to different groups. Also, you can set someone up as a self-reviewer. Now, this gives employees the ability to go ahead and check their emails, so anything to or from them would not be seen by other people, and simply that way other departments are not bothered. Now, there's another key feature in Messagewtacher, which is the legal hold function. So if you've asked us to archive your email for 3, 5, or 7 years, or whatever you choose, but there's a legal case that may extend beyond that period, we can put a legal hold on certain emails so that they're not purged at the end of your retention cycle, and that way you don't destroy emails that may be pertinent to a case. And the Config tab is information about your IP address and different aspects of the service. We can change those, or your IT department can. This leads us back to the home screen, which will allow you to see emails that have violated policies and emails that have not been reviewed. So this might be empty if you don't have any policy violations or you've approved everything. Or it might even have 400 emails if there was a particular week or day that people have used profanity or any words or phrases that you have flagged as inappropriate. So you would look at the email. In this case, it's a linked status update. You see that this person talked about Monster.com. So if they're your top salesperson, you can follow up or forward this to that person's boss to make sure the boss is aware. Here, there is a word like Craigslist, which is a common job search site. Here you can forward this to someone, approve it, and if it's a policy violation, you can move it to a folder or print it. I hope we've increased your familiarity of the Messagewatcher product, and I encourage you to check us out at Messagewatcher.com, or you can give us a call at 888-317-3278. Thank you.